The next area that I want to define some more information is his sort of like eyebrow area. He has some eyebrows, and our model doesn't have any of that. We can see on the profile view how they come out and bulge out. And on the side view, you can see they bulge out too, but we don't have them there. And the part that I will work with is trying to find a best solution for me to bring the eyebrow. And I think that the eyebrow in many of the characters is something that happens above the eye socket and not as part of the eye socket. So I could try to make it happen here, but then the eyebrow will just run into this loop here, and I don't think it's a good thing to do it there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select this loop, and I'm going to shrink it down a tiny bit so that it goes closer to the eye. And then I'm going to try to bring this two and this one a little bit down. And again, this is just fine tuning, and I'll probably just grab all these guys and just try to shrink them in. I'm not doing it all of them, but just shrink them in a little bit so that I can generate an eyebrow here. And I made this loop here recently. I'm going to bring it down here a little bit like that, and then from here, it's not perfect, but I'll fine-tune it later. From here I'm going to generate his eyebrows that will go across to the other side. That way they are more part of the forehead than part of the eye socket. And one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this vertex and bring it down a tiny bit. Okay, so with that, I use a technique that I find is very useful, and it is that it applies to many moments, and you want to learn it. And it is that, trying to generate geometry without adding more edge loops. Typically somebody who is beginning to model would say, okay, well, if I want to extrude these faces out or add more detail here to do the eyebrow, I would just insert another edge loop. And in theory that would make sense, but the truth is that you don't want to start adding more and more. You see how wrinkles back there. You want to avoid doing those things. I got actually some wrinkling going on this loop because I brought it down already. So actually it's just to move it and fix it up a tiny bit. And I may have to just go back and fine-tune some of these guys just to get them back to where they were before, keeping this one here. Okay, so going back to the eyebrow. So I will do this technique with the multi-cut tool, and the way I like doing it is I like to generate a extrusion here, sort of like a pronounced eyebrow. I use the multi-cut tool cutting from the corner. Let me just actually do it from here, from the corner to here, and then there, and then it goes along to generate the eyebrow there. And I cut from here to there to there to there. So I'm generating some sort of like an extra row of polygons here that will raise up out to become the eyebrow. The only challenge that I have right now is that I have a triangle here and I have a triangle here, and this is a quad. So the solution for that is me cutting this one from here to here. I hit enter, and now I can move this one down and this one up, and you start seeing that I have quads everywhere, and I can start pushing these guys out to make an eyebrow pop out of that. I may need to do it more in certain places, but for now this will give me a little bit of that. And this one's probably these two, and these two will come out a tiny bit, probably this one more, and this one some more too. So if I 3, you start seeing an eyebrow show up there. And yeah, I'm exaggerating a little bit, And if you check on the drawing, yeah, I can bring it down a tiny bit and push it back and get maybe these guys back a little bit and lower a little bit. And I'm gonna go to the front view and see how I can use the control drawing to match that. So it's actually a little bit lower than what I have now. So it means I'm gonna have to bring down still some of these guys here. So that the eyebrows are getting a little bit better definition there. You know, if it feels a little too pointy, you can try to add some more geometry to it, but I try to avoid it as much as possible just so that it looks better and also renders faster. Okay, so you see I got sort of like an eyebrow here, and still the eyebrow is not let me just wait from the side view. So here I can get this one out to still be in check with my model. See? So if I give X-ray, I can fine-tune some of this a tiny bit more. Maybe this one in a tiny bit more. I'm gonna go to perspective again. Get out of the X-ray, and he starts taking some nice shape around it, and the eyebrow sort of matches there. The eyeball, that's what needs to be doing there. I could try to do a lower eyebrow, but I probably won't do it at this point. I can try to use any generator of the loop if I wanted to, but you know, with this case, you know, he could really do some kind of faces and some expressions from that eyebrow. If it is a little too much, you can always fine tune it and soften it. Maybe I just went a little too much out this way. Maybe just push it back a tiny bit here and push this one out. It's always a fine-tuning process, so you know, you'll get the sense of it. So increment and save.